What's up, YouTube? So this will be my first reaction video that I will ever be posting on my channel. I'm not really too into these type of videos with these contents that are speaking on these YouTubers and their own personal lives and stories, because it does come with a lot of drama. It comes with a lot of trolls. I have a friend who's already on YouTube. She gets a lot of flack for her videos for just simply telling her own personal opinion. But due to the fact that this content is related to something that I truly like and love right now on YouTube, I will respond to it in the manner that I feel is necessary. Just please excuse the ratchet background and this ratchet ass bun, because I am not a professional hairstylist nor a professional YouTuber, and this is my first video. This video will be in response to the James Charles and situation that's going on right now, between him and, what's that girl's name? See, she's not even that relevant. I don't even remember her name. No, I'm just playing. Laura Lee. Now, or not Laura Lee, whatever her name is. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. She, I guess, posted a video not too long ago of her discussing an issue she had with James, who I absolutely love. By the way, I love his palette by Morphe. I think it's to die for. I love his makeup looks. He's very original and creative, and I feel like he pushes the boundaries. As far as her and her content, which I am not too clear of, but pretty sure I've seen a couple of her videos, I'm going to be honest, I really don't feel like I would subscribe to her channel in the first place. I don't feel like it's made for my demographic. I don't feel like it fits the category of beauty YouTubers that I see that fits me. And I don't think she directly, even though she's probably a very nice person, directly caters to people of, I guess, my forte, like the things that I like. She's more of like the natural, you know, got the natural looks going on. I'm more of a dramatic. I like the creative. I like the extra, you know, a little bit more blue here, a little bit more purple there, pink here, that, so on and so forth. But what's interesting to me, and the reason I want to talk about this, is because I am finding it real funny that in the beauty community that it is becoming more and more relevant to really dig at people. And what I mean by dig at people, I mean this was something that probably should have been said in private. This is something that she probably should have went to James about privately before discussing on her platform how disgusted she was. That was my first issue with the whole scenario, period. My second issue is that this is coming from a place of, well, I did something for someone, so I feel like I should have got that same thing back. The reason I have an issue with that is because when you say that you do things for people, or you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart, or you're doing it because you want people to, you know, succeed and thrive, then you need to do just that. You can't sit up here and say you did it because you wanted him to succeed and you did all these things for all these people, and then now nobody's doing nothing for you. Now you feel some type of way. And honestly, you guys, I personally feel like if she had 15 million followers, 15 million followers like he did, and she real life felt like, you know, she needed to do something so that she could promote another brand so he could get on, that is now his job. This is no longer, YouTube is no longer an option for him. Let's just be real. Nor is it for her. Now it is your job. It is your life. You are investing your time, your money, and your patience into what you do on social media. You no longer have a 9-to-5, meaning that at the end of the day, he still had to make his coin. And whether or not he made any coin off of what he did or advertised for anybody else wasn't really your business. But the fact that you interjected yourself into his life and his own personal endeavors and whatever he felt like he wanted to do is straight up bogus. I don't care what nobody says. And I really feel like this is bogus. And the beauty community needs to stop allowing this type of behavior, because number one, these people get paid for creating content and making these videos and doing the things that they love to do. They get paid for that. When you sit up there and you use your platform to talk about another person, you're ultimately taking away from their money, their standpoint, what they could possibly make, and making it harder for them. It has been only a couple days and his followers have went down drastically. And the reason I'm saying this is because I saw the same thing happen to Manny MUA. And I said to my friend Callie, who does videos, shout out to you, girl, love you, boo. But I told her, I'm like, I real life don't feel like this is fair. I feel like if this was somebody else's livelihood, that you guys would be pissed. And this is with all YouTubers. This is not just him, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like in terms of what was really done, like, was it really necessary? And in my eyes, it just wasn't. Like, it just wasn't. If you felt so, I guess, entitled to be like your friends should support you in the areas, you should have said that from jump. You shouldn't have waited 3 years, 4 years down the line to be like, oh, well, you know, I did so much for you. Now I need it back in return. Now that he is now a bigger success story than you, you want to shade him. Or you want to talk about him some type of way. That's not cool. Like, I feel like you should just take your L with a grain of salt like everybody else. Shoot, we can't all win all the time. Oh, you guys, I'm just using these lemon pads from Clean and Clear. These bitches are bomb. I love these, honestly. I really do. It's so good in the morning. But I real life don't feel like this is something, a super serious issue that should have been brought to light. I feel like, number one, if he was really your friend, if he was real life your friend like you said he was, you would have pulled him to the side before you made a video, did any of that, and talked to him and see where his head was at before you ever said anything to social media. You went to social media first. That's the first problem. The second problem is how you claim that this is your friend, this is someone you care about deeply, and you wholeheartedly gonna let the world bash them. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. But that doesn't sound like a friend to me. I'm sorry. And if he's real life your friend, you would have had conversations about this. You know, it don't take 3 years and y'all are both in the same community, same line of business, same entrepreneurship, to tell someone the rules, regulations, and guidelines of the game. Like, game recognized game. And if you brought him in, it was your responsibility to teach him morals, values, and whatnot, not nobody else's, because you're saying you took him under your wing. Therefore, you're responsible for the bull that he creates. Not all of it, but you're damn sure responsible for majority of it, and how people are going to perceive it and all of that. You're responsible because you taught him. So if you want to blame anyone, I really feel like you should blame yourself. And by all means, everybody, I'm not saying that she's in the wrong. She's really not all the way in the wrong. She just handled the situation wrong. And to be honest, the internet took it and ran with it. Now, I feel like if it was y'all, mind you, if it was your business, your money, like, would you really, I mean, I have friends, but I'm not going to let my friends stop my coin. And I wouldn't stop their coin. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? But this is up for debate. This is not something, you know, I have my own thoughts about it. But to be honest, I real life just feel like the beauty community is messed up right now. I feel like there's new blood, and we need to be more so focused on some of the newer people coming in. Like, to be honest, you guys, I real life mess with Jackie Aina. Not because she's an African-American YouTuber or none of that, but because when you see her, you see positivity. You see push. You don't see any of this, oh, well, somebody did something to me and now I'm mad. No, you don't see that. You see her strictly on her solo dolo. And if you don't see her on her solo dolo, she's supporting other people. in the beauty community. And I feel like a lot of the time, her, and I'm not gonna lie, Jeffree Star. I gotta look. A lot of people are not gonna like what I'm gonna have to say about this because they feel like because I'm African American, I shouldn't like Jeffree. I love Jeffree. And the reason I love Jeffree is because he's admitted to being wrong on more than one occasion, but he has also admitted that just because he is wrong, that don't mean you finna just punk him. He's gonna say what he's want. He gonna spill tea when he want, whether it be piping hot or ice cold. Baby, you choose. He is him all day. And I love that about him. I love it. I feel like, you know what? If I'm going to shade somebody, I'm going to be shady. I'm going to be openly shady. And I love that about him. I love the fact that Jackie is so humble and she doesn't get involved in all of this extra drama. I just feel like as a beauty community, some people got to go. It just is what it is. Like, number one, y'all's content is horrible. It's horrible for a demographic of whomever you're trying to serve. Okay, that's fine. But you're mad at him. You're mad at James because more people gravitated to him in the past 3 years on YouTube than 7 or 8. So you're jealous. You're upset. So you put out a video and now his subscribers are now your subscribers. First of all, I would have put out a video and said, you know what, somewhere private, like, I wouldn't have named no names. I just would have said people I was cool with and then continued on. If we didn't talk or anything, let people fill in the dots. But you wholeheartedly put your friend out there to die on his own. And I feel like that's messed up. Like, what real friendship did y'all have if you couldn't have pulled him to the side and been like, this is where I feel, this is what's going on with me. I really hope that you understand. But instead of that, you chose to air out y'all's dirty laundry all over the internet, tell people what you felt and thought about the situation without once hearing what he felt about it. Like, if he felt like he did something wrong, trust and believe, he never would have did it. Or if he would have, then y'all could have talked about it and then reevaluated y'all's friendship there. But you never asked. And that's really bogus. Honestly, you guys, this is just my first reaction to these videos and to these YouTube things. Like, I'm not familiar with this platform at all. But while I have it, I'm going to use my voice to voice my opinion. And my opinion is this: all of this is overrated. And for all of you YouTube bullies who feel like y'all had to attack James or whatever, or no longer follow him, you are no longer, number one, you were never really with him from the gate. You were dragging along tail after that girl. She put him on, so you guys hopped on his channel. You were never really fans to begin with. Because a real fan wasn't just going to unclick, unfollow just because they had a problem. They was going to research, do some digging, and think for themselves if you was a true fan, number one. Number two, he's going to do good. Whether or not people believe in him or not, I see good things from the boy because of the simple fact that, you know what, he made one mistake. One mistake. And this mistake wasn't, I hurt somebody, I like physically, you know what I'm saying? Or racial slurs, none of that. And I've seen YouTubers come back from racial remarks. I've seen YouTubers come back from stealing money from people, bad breakups, still doing okay. You know what I'm saying? So, in my personal opinion, do I feel like this is going to break James' career? No, I feel like this is breaking a tie to something that he no longer needs, which is them. He no longer needs them, and he needs to venture out on his own, and he needs to fly for himself. Yes, she did help you, but do not be, baby boo, do not be scared that people are no longer going to mess with you or like your content, because we loved you from the beginning, and we're going to love you after. You made a mistake. Mistakes are not everything. They aren't. People make mistakes every day, and what people need to realize is that these are actual human beings behind these cameras. They are not just people you can talk about, this, that, and the third, interject your opinion upon their life whenever you feel like it, and think that they're not going to have a negative downside eventually. Like, around, everybody has one moment. And if you're really good at YouTube, you're good at hiding the moments. But if you're really genuine person, then you're going to let that come out naturally. Now, I'm not going to lie. I really feel like the apology he gave was fake. And that's the only thing that's upsetting me about him. I feel like the apology he gave was fake because he really didn't want to give it in the first place, because he felt like he didn't have nothing to apologize for. And to be honest, you didn't. And I would have left it at that. Like, I don't got nothing to apologize for. What did I do to you? Like, girl, move on. But anyway, loonies, that's just my tea for the day. That's how I feel. As always, continue to be yourself, love yourself, and know your worth. I love you, Looney Tunes. I'm out.